Get it away from me, man. That's dangerous.
Teaching you lovely people how to eat fish and chips the right way, not the wrong way. I'm actually going in for more.
This is a really fantastic island.
You mentioned a little bit about this wall. So, hi everyone. Today I'm at the Atlantic Crossing. This is an absolutely incredible bar in the Greenlake neighborhood and area. I'm here with Gareth Etchells. Yep. Get that right?
You did.
I did. Okay. He's a long-time owner of this establishment. I've been here a few times. Love the food, love the atmosphere, love the neighborhood. Yeah, so I wanted to feature this place because it's just kind of in an iconic neighborhood. This bar originally was over at Roosevelt.
Yeah, just on a little over half a mile away, actually.
Right.
So, yeah, we were there since 2004. So 19 years in that location.
Yeah, wow, pretty cool. And then, so what kind of brought the change over to Greenlake?
One of the biggest things was they just kept giving us a 1-year lease extension, which obviously is no good way to run a business where you could be booted out in 30 days. Right? Yeah. So we were kind of looking around at something new. We wanted to stay in the north end, so that way we keep some of our core clientele and regulars.
Yeah.
And of course, Greenlake is just such a beautiful neighborhood. And, we're still in the same zip code. We're 3/4 of a mile away. But it seems like a world away. It's so much nicer here, and that neighborhood's going the wrong direction, in my opinion.
Some of it.
So it was a good move. And to get
I just going to say, no, I used to live in this neighborhood, and they're definitely getting a win. They're definitely getting a plus up.
Absolutely
with this place. So I do this for myself. I don't do this. I don't have to. You're not paying me,
right?
So I don't have to blow smoke. But actually, no, I do come to this place all the time, and I really like it. So
yeah, I appreciate it.
I think they're winning as far as the neighborhood getting an upgrade.
Definitely.
Let me ask you this. So give me your version of your story of the Atlantic Crossing and what it means and what it means to you.
Absolutely. I had always bartended. I had a real job, a grown-up job as well, but I always loved to bartend at my friend's bar in Fremont, the Drilge and Dragon, and various other places. And it was just something I enjoyed. I enjoyed the social environment, something that I loved. And I was in printing and graphic design and wasn't liking the direction that industry was going with all the digital media. I had a completely insane idea that I was going to open up a pub with a business partner that I had at the time. Yeah, just one day, just
kicked it
all in, pushed all the chips in and quit the job, quit the day job and took the risk.
And then, so tell me this, you were working here, living here, what had brought you to the US before you kind of made that transition into the
Yeah, I moved here long before that. I moved here in 89, the summer of 89. Wasn't planning on being here for that long, I thought a year maybe, and of course that's how they get you 35 years later. Yes, exactly. But it's such a beautiful part of the world. Seattle I think is the best place in the country to live, especially if you're from England or Ireland, because we love the weather, right? Very similar to home. But there's no better place to be.
I'm so I call this channel Irish in Seattle, Adventures in the Pacific Northwest, and one of the reasons for that is that it's so big, there's so much, there's so many things to do.
Absolutely.
Endless. And so I'm never going to run out of content. I'll die before I run out of content.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the other thing that I love about this region is that, as you said, the temperate climate, which is great. Thank God, we're not on fire every year. Like some states, bless them. But just I think the water, the lakes, the Puget Sound is also such a big aspect of this area that I love.
Definitely.
I just love that.
There's a little bit of everything, and if you want heat and desert, go east of the mountains.
You've got your choices.
There's literally any climate or terrain that you want in Washington, really, which is great.
Yeah. And hey, I see up here on the wall, Arsenal America official pub. So I assume you're an Arsenal fan.
I am not an Arsenal fan. No. So interesting story there. I'm a Manchester United fan, which is painful right now, as you know, but lifelong.
I am a Manchester United fan. My dad was always a long-term fan, so I used to care today.
You feel my pain. My dad's from Manchester, so we've always been, we've always had a little Manchester United supporters group at the old location. Some friends and some people I know that are Arsenal fans said, "Hey, we're looking for a pub. Do you mind if we share?" And you know, it's business, right? It's business. It's, you know, I'll take your money, right? So I said, yeah, you know, that'd be great. We'll make that work.
Is there a family connection or anything to the region, or it just happened to be accidental that you just kind of came here, tried and stayed?
It just accidental. To be frank, I moved from Cambridge, England, to LA first, which was a culture shock, and not one that I was happy with. And got out of there pretty fast. Solidified my decision to not be in America very long. I'm like, oh no, this is not for me. Then came to Seattle, and that's when things started to change. And
more our speed.
Yeah, well, I kept saying, oh, no, I'll give it another year. You know, oh, you know, it's not so bad. I'll give it, 35 years later. So, yeah, that's how I ended up here.
What is your association? What is your inspiration? What is your connection with your neighborhood, with your community? You said a lot about the football, which is brilliant. Yeah. But in just the outdoor on the streets, the neighborhood, Greenlake, what is your kind of thoughts on that?
Yeah, absolutely. We always try to be, a neighborhood pub first. The football's great, you know what I mean? That's a huge part of our business, especially with tournaments, World Cups and things like that, the Euros. Yeah. We had the Euros the first summer that we opened in this new location, and it was great. But we always like to try to make sure that our regulars, whether they're football fans or not, and a lot of them aren't, actually. Yeah. They come in and want to put the baseball on, right? Yeah. So we do try to make sure that we take care of the people that come in 3, 4, 5, 6 times a week. We try to make people feel welcome.
You mentioned a little bit about this wall. So you quite worked hard to preserve this wall.
We did. More, my landlord worked harder than I did about it, to be honest. But yeah, so the building is 125 years old, and it went through a massive update and seismic updates and electrical and plumbing, and that our build out, took longer and cost more than we expected, as it always does. But one of the features was this wall here that everything was ripped down to bare studs and that bare brick, and it looked terrible. And my landlord said, what do you want to do with the wall? And I said, nothing, other than clean it and seal it. So he had a few challenges with energy efficiency of it, but managed to pull it off. So we love that. It's a great feature.
You kind of mentioned to me you've done a ton of interviews over the years. You've done interviews for lots of TV networks and sports stations and things like that.
Hey, you'd think I'd be better at it.
No. You're better than it. Right. Cool. Tell me this, is that kind of some of the highlights of like your experiences as far as owning the bar, or what are some of the highlights of owning the bar and having this relationship in the community, both at Roosevelt and here? But what are kind of some of the highlights you'd like to share?
It has to be some of those World Cup games. Fan of the US national team as well. Obviously, I'm an England national team fan. Yeah. But those days are the most memorable days. US games at the old location, where we actually broke a 9-foot glass window from the crowd cheering and heaving, pushed the whole front window out, which at the time was a little bit stressful. But looking back, it's like, that's how busy it was. You could hear the noise from 7-8 blocks in every direction. Those are the most memorable days.
So one or two other things I want to mention. So I'm a big fan of the food here.
Good.
There's some really good choices on the menu every time I come in, even as you kind of change up the menu over time.
Yeah.
And the food never feels like fried food or greasy, and you've got some great vegetable options like the sprouts and
there's vegetarian options.
Yeah,
definitely. There's vegan options.
Right. Wow. So I've been really impressed with the quality and the standard of the food. So big shout out to like your staff and the team here that does just a fantastic job on that.
Appreciate it.
Always happy with the food here, and that really elevates the experience of coming into a bar and relaxing in a bar, but actually getting good food and not having an experience where you're like, I'm sacrificing my food or diet to come in and eat. Yeah. So it's great to have that like you guys seem to have a really good eye to the quality of the food. And a little bit later in this episode, when I come back and do a reshoot here, when I'm shooting on the food, I'm going to feature all of that. Anything else that you want to share with the audience as far as just, coming to the Atlantic Crossing and in this new neighborhood? anything you want to call out or promote?
Well, you mentioned the food, and I think it's such a huge part of this new location. You know, one thing we wanted to do, we were unable to expand or upgrade our kitchen in the old place, and we were on a year lease, so yeah, why put money into something? Yeah, of course, yeah. So kitchen's a huge expense, so we definitely wanted to make sure we had a state-of-the-art kitchen so that we could produce that level of food. Definitely come and try the food. The food is amazing, the service is amazing, the drinks, you know, we've got a lot of higher-end sort of craft cocktails, some our own creations, some we've borrowed from others, and the classics, of course.
And you've got a good NA and cider and other options.
Yeah, absolutely. So Irish beers, you know, Guinness, Kilkenny, Smithwick's, and we've got Fuller's, which is a great English beer. We used to have a few more, but they're becoming harder and harder to keep in stock nowadays. But good selection of European beers, French lager, Spanish lager at the moment. Local IPAs are rotating, so we try to keep it, you know, keep it fresh, keep it interesting, rather than just you've got the same options every time you come in. All right.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you. Man. Yeah.
I'll enjoy my NA beer now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
For you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Alrighty, this is the fun part where we get to eat the food. So we have, luckily, some friends and family with us here. So we're not going to have to eat all of these things. But it does give head chef Aaron the opportunity to showcase lots of different things. So I'm going to be sampling each salad, each appetizer, each dish. Anthony is going to be sampling with me. And then we're going to pass them off to our friends and family because we've got a lot to get through. So this first salad is the burrata salad using seasonal fresh tomatoes. Looks amazing. Can't wait to try it. And then this is the cucumber salad. And if I mistakenly name any of these the wrong way in the video, I'll put a correction in the comments and in the description of the video.
I don't normally like eating salads, but like, fine, I'll do it because you make me. Oh man, that's top good.
It's a green goddess sauce with the salad that it's in. Man, it is delicious. Not a big salad person, but these are pretty outstanding. Holy crap. I'm actually going in for more.
Yeah.
I'm going to ship that one over. It's cucumber and some pickles and sesame seeds. Well, just super fresh, but like flavorful. Like I've got almost like an Asian taste to it, but super fresh and like crunchy cucumbers. Chunky but tasty. I like it. This is not as good as the burrata, but pretty close.
Okay, so this is the next appetizer. It's the Scotch Egg. So Scotch Egg is generally an egg wrapped in basically in kind of sausage meat. This looks phenomenal, and I know from experience that they generally taste pretty fantastic. Look at that yolk. It is cooked to perfection. Oh my god, so good. Can't eat all of this, so I'm gonna slice it up a bit. But I have to say that kind of, you know, I kind of like yolky goodness. Like that is just fantastic. That's really tasty. I don't know what that is. It's some sort of not a jam, but like very good. Get in there, buddy. Sorry. So here's the fish and chips, and then as Gareth had said in the interview, their fish and chips are not made with cod. I believe it's made with mackerel. This looks super delicious, perfectly battered, and like so good. By the way, in Ireland, battered means to beat somebody up, so not a batter. The other thing that you need to be aware of is that in the UK and Ireland, we love our malt brown vinegar. But yeah, and you can't have enough of this stuff. Usually you want it to be submerged in a vat of fish and chips in vinegar. So that's what it should be. That's how it should be. Teaching you lovely people how to eat fish and chips the right way, not the wrong way. Yeah. Ooh, wow. Oh man, that is so good. It is just so crispy and fluffy. Like it is just perfect. Perfectly cooked. This is fantastic. again, I'm trying to save room. I have some hot chicken to eat later, courtesy of the bomb, and the hot sauces that they make here in the Atlantic Crossing. So they've already got really, like, you kind of have to nearly sign a waiver for their nuclear hot sauce. It's great. And then I'm going to do the bomb on that later. So this is our next meal. This is the pasta with braised lamb, heirloom tomatoes, fennel, and shaved fennel and parmesan, and some sweet corn. So this looks really beautiful. This is like really nice presentation. Smells great. All right, so I'm gonna what is affectionately referred to as the perfect bite, a combination of all of the main things to start, which can be kind of challenging as you try and pull things together and they're soft and squishy. Okay, that looks like a perfect bite. That is wonderful. You know, like I said in the last video, you know, I say I do this altruistically, but getting to eat this food is part of the bonus. This is awesome. Like, it tastes so, it's so fresh. It's so light. Like, there's not like any kind of a heavy sauce on it, but it tastes like it has a sauce all over it. So we just got our first dessert from Aaron, head chef. He's excited about his desserts for sure. We have his ultimate cookie, which is at the bottom, somewhat submerged, which I love, by toffee sauce. Looks like we have some candied walnuts. Yes, candied walnuts. Maraschino cherry on top of vanilla ice cream. So it's going to be hard to get a perfect bite, but I'll see what I can do. It's the sacrifices I make for you people. I'm get a piece of the chocolate on the cookie.
It is so freaking good.
Like, yeah, please get it away from me.
You're not gonna hog this one?
No, get it away from me, man. That's dangerous. That's, you know, 3 doughs in a row. Yeah. I'll take another. I'll take another. The bottom of the cookie is kind of crisp and hard, and the top of it is soft. We've got the next dessert is ready to go, so we're gonna ship this off to friends and family. This was dangerously good. This is like, I would come here just for this. Okay, this is unreal. So this is peaches in pastry with icing sugar on it, and just looks perfectly cooked. Oh my god, it's so good. That is so good. It's almost like a healthier option than the cookie. Sugar-inducing high as the cookie, but and it's so fluffy and fresh. Really well cooked, really light. And I'm actually really impressed with the Atlantic Crossing team for having this and the burrata and all of these great seasonal things on the menu. Like, they're really elevating the food game. You should come here for the food here, period. Can you see the hot sauce on this thing?
Oh yeah.
Like, it is basted
Yeah.
in extra hot sauce. Now I am gonna have to wait 5 minutes to eat this because it's so super hot. I don't want to burn my mouth, not from the hot sauce, but from the like temperature, heat. Yeah, so these are Atlantic Crossing super hot wings. They really do have a kick like a mule on the hot scale. Bon appetit. Perfectly cooked in spite of the hot sauce. This wraps up our food review of the Atlantic Crossing. Again, I just want to say, mouth on fire, in a lot of pain, happy pain. The food here really is a step up. So definitely come here for the great vibe, for the sports activities, for the trivia night, for the great staff. The staff are fantastic folks. But really, definitely come here and treat yourself to the food, whether it's dessert or whether it's the mains or the apps. You really can't go wrong here. And Gareth and Marissa and the team and Aaron, the head chef, they really made it a priority for them to make the food experience here stand out. And it does. So, from myself, from Anthony the Devil, I hope you enjoyed it and enjoy visiting Atlantic Crossing and Greenlake. And hope you enjoy. All right, bye-bye. Loki.
Yeah, it's more just
Years never later.
where we going, Loki?
Loki, where are we going? Are we going on the boats? Boats. Boats.
He's a bit confused. He doesn't know where he's going.
I'm gonna see how nervous he gets when he sees the water, because he's only been on the water once. We kind of sensed that he was a little bit tense. So we'll see if he's excited to get back on the water today, or if he's actually like, oh no, boats. So hopefully it's more of a yay, boats, and not a no, boats. So, we are on beautiful Blake Island, and me and Loki wanted to come out here and have a walk around and check out the sights. Some of our more astute viewers might notice a couple of subtle changes midway through the podcast. Summer got really busy. I took on some other projects, so I actually had to delay finishing out this activity piece for this video. So it's actually been a couple of months, and we're now into November, nearly at December. So yeah, not bad for December day. But yeah, the beginning of the video started in the beginning, like middle of spring. So yeah, you'll notice some changes there. And then yeah, we're on this beautiful place called Blake Island. We'll take some footage of different buildings here, some of the information slides, and some of the food and communal lodges. This is a really fantastic island just on the Puget Sound. I'll throw up some screenshots of exactly where it is in the bay. Yeah, we just came over from Elliott Bay Marina. Big shout out to Freedom Boat Club for helping us sponsor this video as far as just, you know, being great kind of community members and being dog friendly. So we were able to get on one of our Freedom Boat Club boats, shoot over here on this nice calm December day. We're going to go around, take some shots, and you'll see some footage of Loki on the boat as well. But this is his activity. I heard a lot of feedback that he didn't get enough activity in the last video, so fixing that. Food storage for your campground. Thankfully, there's no bears here.
Yeah, it's the good news. I wonder how accessible the whole island is. Is it just this area?
Oh no, you can, the hiking trails crisscross the entire island, and you can camp on every angle or every, you know, edge of the island. There's like multiple campgrounds. Yeah, there's some campgrounds over there that actually go up really high, and so below you hear the sound of the ocean hitting against the rocks. It's really nice.
one man, one dog, hooked in their elements.